Well, hello, friends. At long last, I am finally getting to sharing with you some favorites from my East Coast trip. Today, I'm going to be highlighting some photos that were captured in New Brunswick and take you behind the scenes and share with you some of the photos there. So, I hope you have a cup of tea or a cup of coffee or beverage of choice and that you are enjoying that while you're watching this, and I hopefully will be able to make this quick. It's very hard because there's quite a lot to share, so let's get to it. So this is the shore at the Bay of Fundy, just down from the place that we were staying at, Johnson's Mills. I just love the rocks and trees, the dead wood there amongst the forest in the background. It was just pretty. So this is the edge of the Bay of Fundy, in Johnson's Mills side. So we're looking across to the Hopewell area. I just love the ruggedness of this area. I was very captivated by seaweed and the floor of the bay. This is incredible to be thinking and experiencing, walking on the floor of the bay, and then in hours, that is all going to be covered up with water. And yeah, fascinating. So there's more just to kind of show you the expansiveness of it and some more seaweed. And the rocks were absolutely incredible. So of course they got a little photo shoot as well. Just love the copper tones in there and the textures. This was as the tide was coming in. I was very captivated with the small little white caps, which weren't white, were brown, with the dirt getting dredged up as the waves were coming in. And for this particular image, as I was watching the waves roll in and the tide come in and the water fill up, in a very abstracted way, this reminded me of calligraphy on a page, like squiggly writing. Anyways, so it was pretty fun to let my imagination go with that. Encountered this little critter on the way out, getting his little snack. There he's eating a little flower that was growing up along the shoreline. So spent some time with him. And just down the road from where I was staying was a lovely barn. So of course, did a photo shoot there. I saw so many lovely barns, and unfortunately I wasn't able to photograph a lot of them because either time restraints or it wasn't safe to pull over on the side of the road. So this is where we were staying here, Johnson's Mills, and then we went over to Hopewell Rocks on this side. So that's kind of what you were seeing in those other pictures was kind of across the way here. So to go there, we had to go all the way up through here, all the way up through Moncton and down around this coastline here to get over to Hopewell. So this is photos from Hopewell Rocks. I was absolutely loving the trees and vegetation that was growing out of the side of the rocks. Life is certainly abundant there and thriving. And this is now on the Hopewell side of the Bay of Fundy, looking out at low tide. And one of the rocks, and just to give you some idea of scale, I left the people in this photograph so that you could see just how large these rocks were. And so incredible that, you know, there's a whole forest on top of this rock. It's incredible. Here's one of my impressionist coastal scenes of the area. I was very caught up with the seaweed here. This stuff is called bladder rack, and it is just absolutely incredible. The textures and the shapes of it, I was so enthralled. had to be pulled away several times. More seaweed, and then here's some of the rocks there. A full-on tree just growing out the top of this rock. This is one of my favorites. A dark little alcove, and then these seabirds just kind of flew through. It's not photographically perfect, but it captures the moment. Oh, these colors and textures, absolutely incredible. This is the main rock at Hopewell. Some more seaweed. Absolutely glorious. And there's my mom enjoying herself, checking out this side of the shore there. These ones coming up are some of my favorites. Just a party for my eyes. The textures, the colors, the lines there. Oh yeah. These were fun photos to take. And then there's the floor of the bay, very muddy. And then here we are back at Johnson's Mills. Different day, different circumstances of the weather. The sunshine was absolutely glorious that day, making the land mirrored and the water mirrored. Absolutely incredible. So we were staying all the way up here and around the corner. So it was quite a big walk. And the fog moving in, and that's fog and clouds moving in, just covering the other side of the bay. That was just so cool to experience. So breathtaking. And again, the mirrored sun, just stunning. Stunning. And then I was caught up with the bark that was on the forest floor on our way out. This was really incredible. It almost looks silvery. And then some of the forest. So we did manage to get to the beach, La Boiteau Beach, which was quite a distance from where we were staying. And this is the Northumberland Strait. It was absolutely beautiful. So here's some different scenes from the coast. This one is just so breathtaking. Oh, I love it. Just evokes so much peace for me. I can feel the warm wind moving those grasses of the dunes, and just incredible that the dunes are touching the sky. And then I did some photos on the beach, but some different techniques. The dunes and the plant life at the dunes. So that's a very quick synopsis of my trip to New Brunswick. If you are on Instagram and you're not already following along, or if you are, here's my handle @vision_faux. And there I have some behind the scenes videos of each of the provinces that kind of go a little bit more in depth of where we were and what we were seeing and what I was photographing. And so if you're interested in that, hop on over there and take a look. All right, stay tuned. Next video coming up is PEI. Lots of beauty to share with you there. Love to know what you thought of some of these photos, or if you have any questions, you feel free to put them in the comments and I will respond. Okay, keep seeing the beauty that surrounds you, and see you on the next video.